Well, well, well. What's going on, everybody? Hello, hello, hello. Happy Thursday. Welcome to a fresh live edition of Carolina Panthers Talk, brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming here on Facebook and the U to the Tube. I am your host for this evening, Blitzball Champ Jason Ingram. It is Thursday, September 7th of 2023, and the NFL 2023-2024 season has kicked off. As a matter of fact, the Lions and Chiefs are playing right now. But yeah, the season has begun, which means for the Carolina Panthers, come Sunday, game day. And these are going to start counting. Oh, yes. These games are going to start counting. But here we are once again. Fresh start. And we're starting off with a bang this Sunday. Week 1. That first matchup for the Carolina Panthers will be on the road against the Atlanta Falcons, a team that we came so close to beating in Atlanta last season. Came down to a very wild finish in overtime. But Carolina has a chance to get revenge this Sunday. Whole new coaching staff and quite a new roster as well. We're going to preview this matchup. As usual, whenever y'all get a chance, be sure to check out the link in the description for Game Beauty for an awesome lineup of video game themed makeup and cosmetic products. And if you make a purchase, don't forget to use that promo code BlitzballChamp, all in caps, for 10% off. So be sure you check that out. Okay, let's see what this preview is all about. Let's see what the Carolina Panthers are going to be going up against. Okay, Week 1 on the road. Carolina Panthers against the Atlanta Falcons. Already NFC South matchup, a division game to kick off the season for Carolina. Ooh. Okay. According to the ESPN matchup predictor, 55.9% chance that the Falcons will win, and a 43.7% chance that the Panthers will win. No percentage listed for a tie. Now, there's a couple of things to take note of before we really dive into this. So, one second. Okay. So, a couple of things. Because there's a lot going on, even leading up to today. You know, quite a bit going on with Brian Burns. Quite a bit going on with the injury report. And just overall preparation for this game. And the team captains have been announced. So let's go ahead and knock out the team captains. So for this season, your team captains are Shaq Thompson, Brian Burns, Taylor Moton, Bryce Young, Adam Thielen, and Johnny Hecker. Those are your team captains for this season. How do y'all feel about that? Think those are good team captains? I mean, after all, they are voted upon. They are voted upon. So, I think pretty much the only person that's being a captain for the first time ever in his career is Bryce Young. Because I'm pretty sure the others have been captains before, especially Thielen and Hecker on previous teams, if I remember correctly. But yeah, those are your 6 captains for this season. Okay. Couple of things with the injury report for this upcoming game. Right now for the Carolina Panthers, at least on the ESPN website, Marquise Haynes Sr., who's on IR. He was the last player to recently be moved to IR. So it's gonna hurt our pass rush a little bit. Sam Franklin Jr. is questionable. And we may be looking pretty thin at wide receiver going into this first game because DJ Chark is questionable. Adam Thielen's questionable. Terrace Marshall Jr. is questionable. And apparently for the Falcons, Cordell Patterson, running back, and Jeff Okudah, their cornerback, are listed as questionable. So looking on the website, Panthers.com, for this injury report. So both DJ Chark and Adam Thielen did not practice today. They were limited. They were limited yesterday, but they did not practice today. So really not sure how this wide receiving unit is going to look come Sunday, which has me a little bit worried. But they did say that Amir Smith-Marset, dealing with an ankle, was a full participant. Terrace Marshall Jr., he was limited, but apparently the word is that he is making progress. So maybe, perhaps, Terrace Marshall Jr. will be able to play this Sunday, which would be great for him. That would be a great start for him to be able to get on the field week 1. Let's see. So, Laviska Shenault Jr., a while back, did clear concussion protocol, so he's good. Jonathan Mingo, we still got rookie Jonathan Mingo. And apparently the word is that if need be, they could call up Derek Wright and Desmond Patman from the practice squad if they need any sort of backup for this Sunday. Sam Franklin Jr. was a limited participant. Deshaun Williams, defensive lineman Deshaun Williams, was a full participant. After he missed practice Wednesday, he was a full participant today. So that's good. But yeah, y'all, we're looking. We could potentially be looking pretty thin at wide receiver, which means limited weapons this Sunday for Bryce Young, who will be making his regular season debut, starting quarterback for the Panthers. Saw flashes of him in preseason. Not a whole lot of stats. Did finally connect on a touchdown to Thielen, but no turnovers. Was sacked a few times, but took good care of the ball. That's one thing I will say about Bryce Young this preseason. He did take good care of the ball. So that's a big positive. Okay. Before I get into a little bit more about the matchup, we might have an issue with Brian Burns. They still haven't paid him yet. And I don't know what the heck they're waiting for, but they still haven't paid Brian Burns. Last thing that was said is the word is that Brian Burns wants 27 or 28 mil. The last offer the Panthers gave was 23 mil, I believe. Was 23 mil? Okay. Let me because I've been hearing a lot of buzz and a lot of different opinions from many about Brian Burns on whether he is worth that much. Now, here's the thing. I'm sure y'all saw, but recently the San Francisco 49ers gave Nick Bosa a big, nice contract. 5 years. Let me see. 5 years, $170 million. 122 guaranteed. And it rounds out to about $34 million a year. And of course, Nick Bosa was one that was holding out as well over in San Fran. And then he just scored big. Now, this could potentially be a strategy for Brian Burns because, or at least his agent, because it could be one of those where he saw Nick Bosa get that check, get that contract. It could be that maybe Brian Burns wants 30. He might want 30 after seeing the Nick Bosa deal. Burns might want 30. Good evening, Vietnam. Welcome to the stream. Good to see you. Oh, man. Now, supposedly, Brian Burns practice, well, sort of. Kind of, sort of. Here's the thing. Now, I hear a lot of folks say that he's not worth the money. He's not even worth the 70 or the 27 mil or 28 mil or 30 mil. I'm going to just say this. We know how things went down when we let go of Hassan Reddick and didn't bring him back. Do we really want to let Brian Burns go? Now, I'll say this. I know a lot of folks feel like he's not an elite linebacker / edge rusher. But here's the thing. Something to keep in mind. Last season, the dude ranked 54 out of 100. Out of 100 players. Voted 54th by his peers. Also, let's keep in mind that he is coming off a career best season of 12.5 sacks, which was last season. We already have a history of not really maintaining pivotal players. Do we want to make that same mistake again with Brian Burns? Now, I understand he does over-pursue. Sometimes he definitely does over-pursue. But can y'all honestly, right now, just right now, can y'all honestly imagine with what we have on the D-line, can y'all really imagine without Brian Burns the effectiveness maintaining? I'm not so sure, y'all. I'm not so sure. Not only that, I mean, statistically, right now, 196 total tackles, 38 sacks, 11 pass deflections, 7 forced fumbles, a fumble recovery, and a defensive touchdown. And it's like I said before, last season, he had 12 and a half sacks. Not only that, dude's a two-time Pro Bowler. 2021 and 2022. Back to back. I don't know, y'all. I don't think we should let him walk. They may seriously need to pay the man. I'm just saying. We can say he's not a Nick Bosa, a Myles Garrett, or anything like that, but he has been one of our top defensive players. Okay, Vietnam, I'll be here. Take your time. I'll be here. We just started. But my thing is this. Brian Burns may not be a Myles Garrett or Jadeveon Clowney or Nick Bosa. But let's not act like he hasn't been great on our team, especially in the pass rush. I mean, even from his rookie year, 7.5 sacks to 9 sacks to 9 sacks to 12.5 sacks. I mean, like I said, despite sometimes him over pursuing the quarterback, he has gotten his, and it showed. I mean, some can say that paired with Hassan Reddick, it definitely helped him out. Yeah, I don't dispute that. But I mean, dude was a Pro Bowler back to back. So I mean, a lot of folks may say he's not that good or whatnot, but I don't know, y'all. Back-to-back Pro Bowls. Had a career high 12.5 sacks last season. I don't know, y'all. I think we should really... I really think they should pay him. I think they should pay him. Now, as far as how much, I don't know if they can really afford 30 mil. I don't know if they could afford 30 mil. Because here's the thing. We don't really have much draft capital to be like doing any sort of crazy trades. And some may feel like maybe we should have taken advantage of when he was up and folks were wanting to offer like first round draft picks to trade for him. But here's the thing. I don't even think we have any first round picks. So I mean, I really feel like that's out of the question. I think that's out of the question. But main thing I just wonder is after the Nick Bosa deal happened, if perhaps him or his agent is now thinking 30 mil, at least 30 mil. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't think it's really fair to compare Nick Bosa and Brian Burns because, I mean, Nick Bosa's, been in the playoffs consistently. Brian Burns has not. And that's another thing to keep in mind. Brian Burns hasn't even made it to the playoffs. Nick Bosa has, I think pretty much each year he's been with San Francisco. So, I don't necessarily know if it's a fair comparison. I don't think it is. But I don't know, y'all. And not to mention, look at what kind of coaching he's had. Look what kind of coaching he's had. So, I mean, maybe he'll explode with Coach Avero this time. But we'll see. What's up, Super Trebo? How's it going? Says, sup, Jason. I must have seen fake posts yesterday. Post said Burns signed a 5-year deal, but he has not. Oh, nah. Still no deal yet. Still no deal yet. Word is that supposedly before the end of the day today that they were, he was gonna have a deal, but no updates. No updates yet. But and here's the thing, we got to remember, going back to the picks and trades, we don't have a first round pick for next season. Keep that in mind. We don't have a first round pick. So not to mention, as of 5 hours ago, according to Will Kunkel, there has not been an update or any progress on a deal. Whew. I really feel like they need to get this done. Because here's the thing. I know a lot of people might feel that Brian Burns isn't that great, but as I just mentioned a moment ago, look at the coaching he's had. Look at the coaching he's had. And like I said, even with last season, I mean, I know we had Steve Wilkes for the last, half of the season, but I mean, and he reeled in 12.5 sacks and got a Pro Bowl. But I mean, since his rookie year, I mean, look at the kind of coaching he's had, But I think a big point that a lot of folks are making is just that he's not so much a game changer. And that may be a fair argument, but I feel like there's a whole lot of factors that we got to think about. Because, I mean, when we talk about players like, Dante Jackson, J.C. Horn, who may be considerably better, they're not necessarily on the field as consistently as Brian Burns is. And see, a lot of health has affected the defense as well. So, I don't know. I'm really hoping that maybe tomorrow they can iron things out. Now, he is still under contract, so at least there's that. He is still under contract. But they really need to take care of this ASAP. Like, we got to start taking care of our players. And I just really feel like, not retaining Brian Burns is going to hurt the pass rush. And even the D-line in general. So. And then, apparently, whoa. Oh my God. So, breaking news. I know this is kind of off topic, but quarterback Joe Burrow just agreed to a 5-year, $275 million extension that includes a $219.01 million guaranteed. Whoa! This makes him the highest paid NFL player, or the highest paid player in NFL history. Wow. Let me repeat. Joe Burrow agreed on a 5-year, $275 million extension, and 219.01 of that is guaranteed. Guaranteed. And it averages about $55 million per year. This dude is going to be getting paid $55 million a year. Woo-wee! Goodness gracious. $55 million a year. That's crazy. 219.01 million of that money guaranteed. That's crazy. That is crazy. Oh, man. Well, good for him. Woo. Good for him. Dang. Y'all feel like he deserves it? I think he deserves it. I mean, shoot. He's made quite a comeback. He's played in the Super Bowl. Shoot. So back to Brian Burns. Another report supposedly says that deal with Brian Burns is expected to happen before nightfall. Well, it's it's 10:04 p.m. so I don't think that's happening. But supposedly the deal will be in the neighborhood of $28 million per year. Well, I mean, as long as they just do what they got to do, you know, as long as they just do what they got to do, because pay the man. Pay the man. Just pay the man. Okay. Let's look into this matchup. Okay. Like I said, this is first game of the season on the road, and it's an NFC South battle. This is a division game. Very, very important. This is big. This is really big. But yeah, it'll be this Sunday, September 10th, 1 p.m. A little bit of background. Atlanta is 35-21 against us. Of course, the last time we met, Panthers won 25-15. That was a home game. Falcons are 20-8 at home against Carolina. So it's obvious that they have the advantage at home. Okay. Now, because this is their first matchup of the season and, you know, week 1, gonna look at the statistical comparison that they have on here, but it's from last year. Going into this first game, this is what's being used to compare the two teams. All right? Now, let's break it down. Starting with the offense. And like I said, remember, this is from last year going into this year. Total yards per game, Carolina ranked 29th. Atlanta ranked 24th. Rushing yards per game, Carolina ranked 10th. Atlanta ranked 3rd. Rushing yards per attempt, Carolina ranked 14th. Atlanta ranked 4th. Passing net yards per game, Carolina ranked 29th. Atlanta ranked 31st. Sacks allowed, Carolina ranked 11th. Atlanta ranked 12th. Third down efficiency, Carolina ranked 30th. Ugh. Atlanta ranked 10th. And in points per game, Carolina ranked 20th. Atlanta tied for 15th. So, we're looking at offense. Let me go to the Falcons, see what we're dealing with on their offense. Now, I am not sure. I assume that Desmond Ridder, is Desmond Ridder starting for Atlanta? I think Desmond Ridder's starting for Atlanta. Oh, no. Oh, yeah. Okay, they have him listed as the starter, according to the Falcons depth chart on ESPN. Okay. Okay. So, Desmond Ridder, potentially the starter, is looking like, over Taylor Heineke. Interesting. I know Cordell Patterson was listed as questionable, but if he plays, definitely a threat. Bijan Robinson, one of their draft picks at running back. Somebody to keep an eye out for. So stopping the run is going to be very key in this game. You know, they got two great backs. You know, one awesome one coming out of college in Bijan Robinson, and of course Cordell Patterson. If they get him this Sunday healthy, then we may have a rough time stopping the run. So just a heads up there. As far as receivers, I mean, Drake London, Mac Hollins, Kadero Hodge are names I would say to look out for. I'm not sure. I mean, they do have Jonnu Smith and Cole Pruitt. I mean, they got some folks at tight end. Oh yeah, that's right. They drafted Matthew Bergeron on the O-line. Got Jake Matthews on the O-line. But if anything, I'm more concerned about their running game. I think it might be possible that the run game, Atlanta's run game, might be an issue for us. Might be an issue for us. Passing game, I mean, oh yeah, I forgot. They also have Kyle Pitts. Duh. I don't know how I kept forgetting about him. Kyle Pitts. So in the receiving game, I would think Mac Hollins, Drake London, Kyle Pitts, Kadero Hodge. Probably names to keep an eye out for in the receiving game. Let's see. Not too sure how much their offensive line has improved, so hopefully we can really test that. And then, as far as Carolina on offense, I'm concerned about the passing game and our O-line. Which word is that Chandler Zavala will be starting on the O-line for Sunday. So he's going to really get his first taste. I believe he will be in at right guard, I believe, where Austin Corbett usually plays. So he's filling in for him this Sunday. But I personally am concerned about our wide receiving room, just mainly who's going to be healthy going in Sunday. Because Bryce is going to need his weapons healthy in order for him to really have an opportunity to get this offense flowing. I think we should be fine on the run game. I'm hoping, with Miles Sanders, Chuba Hubbard, Raheem Blackshear, I think overall we should be good on the run game. I really expect that the run game will be effective. But passing and just pass blocking for Carolina, that's going to be really key. That's really going to be key. We also struggle on third downs, so we got to really be able to keep the drive going on third downs. We have to keep the drive going on offense on third downs. And got to be able to get it into the end zone. I mean, field goals, I know they equal 3 points. I know they chip in, but we gotta get a lot more drives ending with touchdowns versus field goals. I understand a field goal is better than nothing, but really need to get touchdowns. We need to be able to finish drives. So those are the main things for me for Carolina's offense is the pass attack, pass blocking. I think we will be fine in the run game. I really do. I think we'll be fine in the run game. So it's just a matter of, what receivers are going to be healthy. Because right now the only ones that I can imagine that will be good and ready to go are Mingo, Laviska Shenault, and Terrace Marshall. Hey, Mr. Gemini, good to see you. Welcome to the stream. Do you think Burns will be signed? He better be. He better be. Originally, I thought the word was going to be he was going to have a deal set by nightfall today, but it's 10:16 p.m. now and still no deal. They better pay that man. They better pay that man. Dude's two back-to-back Pro Bowls. Racked up a career-high 12.5 sacks. Yeah. Kevin McFarland, welcome to the stream. Hello, I'm excited for this upcoming game. Bryce to Adam will be a great connection to watch. Well, hopefully he'll play. Right now he's limited, and he did not practice today. Adam Thielen, that is. We may be looking thin at wide receiver going into Sunday, Kevin, because Chark didn't practice, Thielen didn't practice. Chark, I don't even think is going to even be ready Sunday, and Thielen was limited yesterday, but today he didn't practice. So I don't know. I really don't know what our wide receiving core is going to look like come Sunday, but there's some concern. There's definitely some concern. So we'll see. We'll see. I mean, feels like every time we turn around, there's an injury here, there's an injury there. So, Mr. Gemini says, what you think should be the highest he should get paid? I say 27, 28 mil. I mean, here's the thing. Oh, Kevin says Steve Smith would say man up. Although Steve Smith has caught a touchdown and, with a broken forearm. So, I mean, yeah, you got kind of a point there. Mr. Gemini, here's what I'm afraid of. Here's what I'm afraid of. You saw the Nick Bosa deal. Nick Bosa, 5 years, 170 mil, 34 a year. I'm thinking that it's possible Brian Burns or his agent may now want 30 mil. 30 mil? I don't even know if we can afford to give him 30 mil a year. I don't know. I don't know about that. Kevin says they get paid to play, not sit on the bench, but all I can say is we need to be prepared. I mean, I get it, but I mean, if they can't play at 100%, if they can't go out there and play and be effective, I mean, what can you do? But yeah, I don't mind 27, 28 mil. 30? 30 might be pushing it, but honestly, they might not have a choice but to overpay him. Because, like I said, I don't think we can afford to lose Brian Burns. It will severely affect our pass rush. It will severely affect our pass rush. I mean, we've learned that the hard way when we let go of Hassan Reddick. And what did he end up doing? He ended up playing on the dang on Super Bowl. Sonata number 8. Hey, good to see you. It's been a while. How you doing? Mr. Gemini says Brian Burns is not the second best D-line. So here's the thing, Mr. Gemini. Would you at least admit that he's one of our, top defensive players that we have? Because like I said, of course it's not fair to compare him to a Jadeveon Clowney or a Nick Bosa or a Myles Garrett. I can understand that. But the dude has 2 back-to-back Pro Bowls. And he racked up 12.5 sacks, a career-high 12.5 sacks last season. I mean, had 7.5 his rookie year? Then 2 back-to-back 9-sack seasons, and then a 12.5 sack season? I mean, I'm just saying. Kevin says, Brian Burns is a good player, but is he a Nick Bosa or Reddick or Julius Peppers? Not at all. That's not a fair comparison, though. That's not a fair comparison. I mean, Nick Bosa, one, is on a team that, one, better coaching, 2, consistently in the playoffs. Look at who Brian Burns has played under for most of his career. Look who he's played under. I'm just saying. And even look at what he's been able to do with who he has played under. I don't think it's a fair comparison. I don't think it's a fair comparison. I really don't. Seeing with how our team has been, especially pass rush wise, I don't think it's a fair comparison. I don't. Mr. Gemini said, TJ Watt got 28 mil and he's not better than him. Oh, TJ Watt got 28 mil? Huh, interesting. Kevin says, I can name many great players that play on defense. Burns is a different type of player. He's not a game changer when called on, in my opinion. That's true. The entire D-line is better than San Fran. Is he a game changer? That is a fair argument. I'll say that. That's a fair argument. And some may say that, that first Pro Bowl he had, had a little bit of help considering Hassan Reddick was on the other end. Fair argument. But, and I know he has a habit of over pursuing. We've seen it plenty of times. It's one of his weaknesses. But I think it's really safe to say that within the last handful of seasons, when it comes to the pass rush, aside from Hassan Reddick, Brian Burns has been our guy. He's been our guy when it comes to that pass rush. Coverage-wise, now that's a different story, but he's been our pass rush. So personally, I would rather them overpay for him versus lose him, or versus trading him and sacrificing picks. Because remember, we don't have a 2024 first round pick. We don't have that. So let me ask y'all this. Do y'all believe he's worth keeping? And also, Mr. Gemini said 27, 28 million. Kevin, what would you be willing to pay? What would you be willing to pay? He misses in the pass rush a lot, though. Yeah, he over pursues. Like I said, it is one of his issues that he over pursues. But, I mean, like I said, he's coming off a 12.5 sack season. 12.5. That is not easy to get. That's not easy to get. DeMarcus Ware is better. Just joking. I want him on my team when he was young. Oh, DeMarcus Ware? Oh, man, that's a name that I rarely hear nowadays. DeMarcus Ware. Don't be surprised if it ends up being something like between 29 and 30 mil. I just got a feeling it's going to end up being, or maybe between 28 and 30 mil. But I just feel like we can't afford to be, losing picks. Because like I said, we don't have a first round pick for next year. And I'm telling y'all, we lose Brian Burns, it's going to affect the pass rush. It's going to affect the pass rush. Let me see. Let me see something right quick. Kevin says 24 mil. Because that is still a lot of money. He's a good player, but not that talented in every category. I expect the best player. I would not pay him that much, to be honest. But here's so Kevin, you don't consider him one of our best players on the defense? Like, at least, would you at least say he's a top 3 player on our defense? Honestly. Mr. Gemini says, not for the money, no. So, he was getting 13,540,182 dollars. That was his current contract before the 5th-year option pickup. Word is, Kevin, that Carolina offered him like a $23-24 million deal originally. But I mean, Kevin says our 2015 pass rush was really good. You only get That was so long ago, bro. Like, that was so long ago. We had a whole different breed of roster, like, in its entirety. Kevin says yes, but since our defense is not that good, that money should not be that high. For other teams, that makes sense, though. I mean, I understand collectively, but you still have to take care of your best players on your team, though, Kevin. You still got to take care of your best players. You know why? Because they'll go elsewhere. We'll look worse. They'll look better elsewhere. And we've seen that so much with our players going elsewhere. Do we want to continue that trend? Because it's been a trend. Like, we got to take care of our best players. And especially somebody like Brian Burns, who for the most part has stayed healthy throughout his career. You know, something that J.C. Horn hasn't been able to do so far. You know, like, you know, we got to take care of at least the best players that we have on our team, even if it's like 1 or 2 or 3 of them. Like, there's certain players that have stood out even in our rough seasons. You know? There's just been way too many times where we've let folks go and they have gone elsewhere and cooked. Mr. Gemini says you do make a point. Kevin says I agree, but that's a lot of money. But Tepper has that. But we should have paid the really good ones that left. Agreed. Kurt Coleman, I believe, and all of the Saints receiver. Yeah, I agree. We should have. We should have. I do agree. I do agree. We don't pay the right guys, and that is the problem in Carolina since '97. Really. I don't know if I'd go that far back. I mean, we've made a decent number of splashes, just not lately. You know, just not lately. I mean, you know, there've been a few players that we have taken care of, but just not lately. You know. Not since some of the really golden years for us. But, I mean, you know, they leave here, they go elsewhere, they get paid, and they end up performing. And the thing is, I really want to see how folks can do under this coaching staff, this new coaching that we have. Like, I mean, even with the coaching that we've had, Brian Burns still became a 2-time Pro Bowler. Can you imagine potentially what he could do under this year's coaching staff if all goes well? Shoo. Mario Addison. I'll give you another one. Mario Addison. He was another one. When we struggled a couple of years ago with the 3-4, he still got his. I think he still put up 9 or 10 sacks that season. And it sucks that we let him go. I wish we could have him back. How much cap room do we have next year? Again, like 150 mil? That is a good question, actually. That is a good question. For next year, I can pull that up. So for next year, active or just all, or wait. Oh, so top 51. So top 51 cap would be 202,173,780. Cap space for top 51 would be 51,516,230. Yeah. Dennis Miller, welcome to the stream. Big contracts coming up for several star players. You can't pay everyone, especially at $2.5 million per sack. Dennis, what would you be willing to pay Brian Burns if you were in control? What would you be willing to pay? We have taken care of the long snapper. The long snapper's cheap though. All I can say is I want the money these guys are getting. Mahomes too. I think we could all use that for sure. Mario Addison was incredible. He blocked Aaron Rodgers' sight in 2015 for David to pick him off. Oh yeah, Super Mario was a beast. I miss Super Mario. I miss him. Shoot, that's another one we should have never gotten rid of. He did well. He did really well. But tomorrow's another day. Yeah, Thomas Davis. Yeah, I knew who you were talking about. If we do trade Burns, what would you want in return? That's the thing. I haven't even thought about it because I don't want to trade him. I really haven't even thought about it, Mr. Gemini, to be honest with you, because I mean, I really don't know. I really don't know what we could get in return. Beneficial, equivalent. I mean, other than some picks. I mean, I would have to say that by now he's at least worth, maybe a second. First, I don't know if folks would still be willing to give up a first for him. Would be nice because we could definitely use one, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know who would be willing to give up a first for him. I mean, some twos maybe, but yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Score prediction. Oh, we gotta finish up the preview, Kevin, before score prediction. We just did the offense. Let's transition to the defense. Matt Rule used the work execution in Nebraska. You got to watch that game. Coach Prime versus Rule. Oh Lord, that'd probably be a good laugh. Defense. Okay, defense comparisons. And like I said, I reiterate, this is based on last year going into this year. Defense. Total yards allowed per game. Carolina ranked 22nd. Atlanta ranked 27th. Rushing yards per game. As in rushing yards allowed per game. Carolina ranked 18th. Atlanta ranked 23rd. Rushing yards per attempt allowed. Carolina ranked 12th. Atlanta ranked 18th. Passing net yards per game allowed. Carolina ranked 22nd. Atlanta ranked 25th. Sacks per game. Carolina tied for 25th. Atlanta 31st. Takeaways. Carolina tied for 27th. Atlanta tied for 27th. So we're equal in takeaways. That's funny. Third down efficiency. Carolina ranked 23rd. Atlanta ranked 31st. And points allowed per game. Carolina ranked 19th. Atlanta ranked 23rd. This actually looks a lot more of an even matchup than we might think, y'all. Mr. Gemini says, a lot of people were saying that they should have traded him to the Rams when they had the chance. Yeah, there was many that pointed that out, especially what they were willing to give up. Who do you trust more, Deion Sanders or Roulette Coach? Oh, that's too easy of a question. Prime, of course. But I don't know, y'all. This could potentially be a very evenly matched game. So looking at Atlanta's defense, I mean, I'm trying to think who. Grady Jarrett, of course, Calais Campbell. Yeah, see that D line. Eddie Goldman. They kind of stacked up on their D line this season. So, oof. Lorenzo Carter. Let's see, Andre Smith. Trey Flowers, they did get Trey Flowers. Jeff Okuda, they traded for him. AJ Terrell. Jesse Bates III. I mean, they made some improvements to the defense, y'all. Made some improvements to the defense. Ooh. And like I said about the offense, our O-line's going to be tested. Our O-line is going to be tested. Not to mention, no Austin Corbett, Chandler Savala will be filling in. Woo-wee. Kevin says they have a good D-line, and the Giants have a good D-line this year also. Yeah, I think I remember hearing that they made some adjustments, some additions. But I don't know, y'all. That Atlanta defense looks like it could be some trouble. Looks like it could be some trouble. Kevin says that 2016 Falcons defense was unbelievable. You remember Matt Ryan's special year? Yeah. He also had a phenomenal O-line as well. He had a phenomenal O-line as well. And, hey, won MVP. I mean, too bad they choked in the Super Bowl, but hey. Look at all that they did to get there. You know what I mean? But, whoo-wee. And see, they run a 3-4, I believe. I think Atlanta runs a 3-4. But see, here's the thing. So for Atlanta's offense, the only thing that I'm really worried about is the run game. I mean, they do have some receivers, Drake London, Mac Hollins, Kyle Pitts. But I'm really concerned about the Atlanta run game. Getting Cordell Patterson back. I know he's listed as questionable, but don't forget, they drafted Bijan Robinson as well. So that's why I'm still concerned about the run game, because they got depth. And then, like I said, the defense, that D-line. I mean, David Onyemata, Calais Campbell, Grady Jarrett, Zach Harrison. That D-line's gonna, Whoo. Kevin says they have a new running back now. Yeah, the top running back out of the draft class from Texas, Bijan Robinson. Yeah, think they're still going to be a threat on the running game. Now for Carolina, some key things that I really feel like are gonna really help Carolina to victory. So for Carolina on offense, somebody in the wide receiving core and tight end core are going to need to step up in a big way. Because like I said, it is possible that we could be without Adam Thielen and DJ Chark this Sunday. And that's going to hurt. That's going to hurt. Thankfully, Laviska Shenault is out of concussion protocol. He's good. Jonathan Mingo. Terrace Marshall Jr., he's been back practicing. So that's a good sign. But yeah. Kevin says, and Calais Campbell, like 9 feet tall, really 6'8", but that tall. Oh yeah, he's going to be a threat, especially up at the middle, that nose tackle position. Oh yeah. Yeah, he's definitely going to be a threat. That D-line ain't no joke. But the only thing on Carolina's offense that I'm not really worried about is the run game. I think we'll do fine with the run game. You know, Myles Garrett, Chuba Hubbard, Raheem Blackshear. I think our run game will be fine. The main thing, we got to protect Bryce. The O-line has to be on point. If the O-line is on point and consistent this game, I'm confident that the offense can perhaps put up 30. But the O-line has to be on point, consistent. That is a must, especially, you know, this is a big test for Bryce. First regular season game. You know, like I said, he did a good job of taking care of the ball in preseason. You know, he only had the 1 touchdown. Saw some nice flashes, you know, especially scrambling when need to be. But he goes through his progressions. He stays in the pocket. So we just got to protect him. The O-line just has to protect him. And just, you know, Hayden Hurst, Ian Thomas, Trimble, they got to really step it up. They may have to call on reinforcements from like Derek Wright or, you know, somebody from the practice squad in the wide receiving room. If Chark and Thielen can't go. But, you know, Kevin says Falcons got number 1 run D, number 1 pass defense. We'll see. We'll see. On paper, they may compete for that on paper, but we shall see. Mr. Gemini says, how is Ian Thomas still on this team, though? That's a good question. I think ultimately for his, he still excels at run blocking. While in the passing game, not too thrilling, but the word is that he's still pretty consistent in run blocking. Kevin says, I love Derek Wright. He is like a Wes Welker. I think he should be a full-time starter. He had a pretty good preseason, I will say that. And, you know, depending on how this, how the injury report is looking, he could be in there. But full-time starter, I don't know about that. But does he have a lot of potential? Absolutely. Now, defense. Carolina defense. Now, I don't really know how much Atlanta improved their O-line, but I'm hoping we can get a good pass rush and really disrupt Desmond Ridder. That's what I'm really hoping. That's what I'm really hoping. We got to be consistent on the pass rush. We got to be really consistent on the pass rush. So, and then, like I said, stop the run. Got to really stop the run. And, like I said, Drake London, Mac Hollins, and Kyle Pitts are probably the three receivers that stand out. But I think we got a good chance to disrupt them on defense. I really do. Kevin says run blocking Ian Thomas is fantastic. Seriously though, true. He seems like a smart player. Well, if he could just only do a little better catching, especially on screens, that would help. Alrighty, Kevin. Thanks for stopping by. Good to see you. Mr. Gemini says, I'm looking forward to Barno taking a step this year. I believe he will. He got in a lot of action this preseason, and he's healthy. I think we can expect to see Barno in the lineup, in the rotation quite a bit, Mr. Gemini. So I think that's a really good point. I think he'll definitely get his opportunities, for sure. For sure. Score predictions. Ooh, that is tough. Score predictions. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that Eddie Pinheiro gets his revenge, gets payback, and kicks the game-winning field goal. 27-24 Carolina. Eddie Pinheiro kicks the game-winning field goal as revenge. Yeah. Eddie Pinheiro gets the game-winning field goal as revenge. 27-24, Carolina. Mr. Gemini says 24-13, Carolina. Okay. Not bad, not bad. Not bad at all. But I definitely believe this is a winnable game, for sure. And it's a must-win. Honestly, their first two games are must-wins. On the road against Atlanta, at home against New Orleans. These first two games are must-win. I just got to keep it real with y'all. They are must-win. And speaking of you must win, that second game is a Monday Night Football game. That's a Monday nighter. Yeah, these are must wins for sure. But like I said, I'm really hoping between now and Sunday. Hopefully Thielen will be good to go. Chark, I don't know. I really don't know. Oh, I totally forgot. Our newest receiver. Duh. I knew I was missing somebody. Amir Smith-Marset. He can step in. He was a full participant. I forgot. We still got him. And he's in special teams as well. Amir Smith-Marset from that we got from the Chiefs. I forgot we have him. Yeah. Mr. Gemini says Bryce, 2 touchdowns, 286 yards. That would be a nice debut for him. That would be a nice debut for him. That would be a very nice debut for him. For those that missed it, what do y'all think of the captains? The captains were Shaq Thompson, Brian Burns, Taylor Moton, Bryce Young, Adam Thielen, and Johnny Hecker. How do y'all feel about them being this season's team captains? Let's see. Oh. But yeah, I hope it doesn't come to the case where, Carolina has to bring up somebody from the practice squad. But they do what they got to do. They do what they got to do. But it's exciting, y'all. It's exciting. I'm pumped. I'm pumped to finally get the season underway and really see if we can turn things around. Really want to see that we can turn things around. It's not going to be easy, and I know it's a lot of spotlight on a couple of things with Carolina. I know a lot of folks have their concerns about the O-line. And like I said, it looks like with the O-line, Iquanu, Christensen, Bozeman, Zavala, and Moton. That's our starting line. That's our starting line. They're going to be tested. They're really going to be tested against that D-line. Hayden Hurst, Tremble, Ian Thomas, that tight end core, gotta see some moves made. I'm hoping we'll be able to move the ball downfield, get in the end zone. I'm a little concerned about depth on the D-line for Carolina, but hopefully it'll work out. But you know what's really crazy? According to the ESPN depth chart, why the heck is Troy Hill third behind J.C. Horn? What? That's weird. That is weird. Why is he third behind J.C. Horn? So is J.C. Horn, then Jeremy Chin, and then Troy Hill? What? That's weird. Mr. Gemini says, we need Icky to be a captain soon. And Luvu. I honestly was thinking that Luvu was gonna be a captain, but yeah. That's who I honestly thought was going to end up being a captain. But I guess not. Oh well. Uh-oh, Detroit's keeping it close. Kansas City 20-14 in the fourth quarter. Uh-oh. Detroit trying to pull off an upset. Oh, snap. But hey, that's great. I mean, I hope they can pull it off. That'd be nice. That'd be really nice. Shoot. I'd be down. But yeah, it just seems like there's a lot of spotlight on the injury report on the wide receivers. But like I said, I'm really hoping that that folks will get healthy again. Also, I did check out some of the press conference that offensive coordinator Thomas Brown participated in. It was pretty informative. You know, I'm really curious to see how this relationship is going to be between Frank Reich and Thomas Brown when it comes to the play calling. I mean, it looks like, Frank Reich will still be like the main play caller, but I really wonder how much Thomas Brown is going to really be able to contribute to that and how much of a collaboration it'll be. But yeah, it was a pretty interesting press conference. Had a lot of praise for the weapons on the team, Miles Sanders, and just with the different weapons, and just as seems pretty optimistic. So I can dig that. Mr. Gemini says, I want us to have an identity. I do too, and hopefully this will be the year that they reestablish it. I hope this is the year that we reestablish it. They said we're going to run the ball a lot. Well, it's between that and the pass. We were better last season at the run, so that doesn't necessarily shock me too much. But we do have a good running core, so I believe that's going to do some damage. But I am expecting that Frank will dial up some down the field chunk plays, because as he said in his initial press conference when he became the coach, he understands the importance of pushing the ball downfield and getting chunk plays. So I'm really hoping we will see plenty of that. But when it comes to our weapons going through the air, I mean, we got to see how healthy folks are. So that's just one of the things. But yeah, I'm definitely hoping that we can really do some damage with the offense this season, because we've been lacking it. We've been lacking it for a handful of seasons now. So we really, really need to get that reestablished. I mean, for a number of seasons, Christian McCaffrey was our main offensive guy. He ain't here no more. Cam Newton was one of our main offensive guys. He ain't here no more. DJ Moore, he ain't here no more. So we got to really collectively, as an offense, really do some damage in the run and in the pass. That's what I'm really hoping for, especially with an offensive-minded head coach now. I don't know. I just feel like a part of me is expecting a turnaround for the offense, or at least a vast improvement, hopefully. But anybody have anything else? That's pretty much all I have. That's pretty much all I have. Like I said, 27-24, Carolina. Panero kicks the game-winning field goal as revenge. Mr. Gemini says, I'm hoping that Dante and Horn can stay healthy. Those two staying healthy are going to be very key for our secondary. I'm not too worried about the safety position, but I agree, Mr. Gemini. Horn and Action Jackson, them staying healthy are going to be key. Going to be very key. this season. But yeah, we'll see what happens. But they're starting off hot. They're starting off hot in Atlanta, where the Falcons have been more successful than we have in those games in Atlanta. So hopefully we can get off to a good start. As a matter of fact, we haven't won a season opener since, 2019? I think was the last season opener we won. Oh, no, it was 2021. It was 2021. I'm sorry. It was 2021. Because that was the year that we first got Sam Darnold. That's right. Because we won 3 straight, and then we just... So, yeah. But, yeah, we haven't won a season opener since 2021. So, it's been 2 years. We need to fix that. Yeah, we need to fix that. Actually, I'm sorry. We lost the opener last year, and then 2021. That was 2021. Okay. So we didn't win our opener last year. But the year before that we did. Okay. Mr. Gemini says, might as well go down there and smash them and get it out of the way. Yeah, we need to. Jeff R., welcome to the stream. What's up, fellas? Are we ready for Sunday? We better be. Jeff R., do you have any concerns? A score prediction? How are you feeling? And also, how are you feeling about Brian Burns as well? My prediction was 27-24, Carolina. Eddie Pinheiro kicks the game-winning field goal as revenge. Oh, snap. Detroit scored. It's 21-20. Detroit. Oh, snap. Uh-oh. What you gonna do, Patrick Mahomes? Oh, dude jumped off. Oh, never mind. Dang, they stopped him. Dang. Uh-oh. I mean, they're only down by 1 point, so. But, I don't know. Detroit could upset Kansas City. Woo. Anyways. But yeah, this is still a very winnable game, though. This is a very winnable game. For sure. This is a very winnable game. But gotta be healthy. Gotta see what the deal is with this wide receiving room come Sunday. Jeff R. says, I'm so excited yet nervous. We need Burns and all our wide receivers are hurt. Score predictions, 24-21 Panthers. Okay, yeah, that's fair. I know they still got to do another injury report tomorrow, but for the wide receivers, Chark and Thielen didn't practice. Terrace Marshall was limited, but it looks like they say that he's made progress. So TMJ may be ready for Sunday. And don't forget, we got Amir Smith-Marset, who was a full participant. We added him, so there's that. We got Mingo. Laviska Shenault cleared concussion protocol, so he's good. They might have to pull one from the practice squad, like maybe a Derek Wright, but But yeah, that's what I'm thinking the wide receiving core is going to look like. And, you know, we're going to have to really use our tight ends. Gotta use the tight ends for this one for sure. We're going to have injured wide receivers against Atlanta. Yeah, there are going to be those not 100%. But like I said, I got a feeling that Thielen and Chark are out. They're going to be out Sunday. And that's going to really hurt. I think the run game will be fine, but I think with Chark and Thielen potentially out this Sunday, that's going to hurt our wide receiving core. But like I said, hopefully TMJ will be good to go. Mingo, Smith-Marset, LaVisca. Like Mr. Gemini said, probably safe to say expect a lot of runs. A lot of Miles Sanders, Chuba, Raheem Blackshear. Yeah. But and then like I said, offensive line. Because remember, Atlanta vastly improved their D-line. They got a deadly D-line. Yeah, they got a deadly D-line. So O-line's going to be tested. And as I mentioned, Chandler Savala will be starting for Austin Corbett at that right guard position. So it's Iquanu, Christensen, Bozeman, Zavala, Moten. That's the starting O-line. How do y'all feel about that starting O-line? Iquanu at left tackle, Christensen at left guard, Bozeman center, Zavala right guard, Moten right tackle. How do y'all feel about that O-line? Honestly, just based on that starting lineup. Oh, he let go of the tackle. Oh, man. First down. Uh-oh. Man, he just converted a 1st and 15. He almost botched the snap. Oh, man. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. It sucks that he ran out of bounds, but still. But yeah. But like I said, so it's a winnable game. It's definitely a winnable game. And I just feel like we need to win this game. Atlanta is 20-8 against us at home. We need to win this game on the road. We need to win this game. Bryce. Jeff R., how do you think Bryce is going to do Sunday? How do you think Bryce is going to do Sunday? Oh, snap. Yeah, I got this going on in the background. But wonder what the weather's going to be like Sunday. Probably scorching hot. I know the other day it was, oh man, it was freaking hot. It was hot like crazy. Ooh. Going to be 85 degrees. Well, then again, Mercedes-Benz, I mean, that's, it's indoor. But yeah, oh man, it's going to be 85 degrees Sunday in Atlanta. Woo-wee! I am hopeful a great pass rush disrupts Mr. Desmond Ridder. Mr. Desmond Ridder. Uh-oh, fourth 4th and 2. Oh, can they convert it? Oh, you should have ran. Oh, well. Uh-oh. Why did they go for it on 4th and 2? Why did they go for it on 4th and 2? Oh, come on. Goff, you should have went left, dude. You had that open lane. Nobody was there. You could have ran for the 2 yards. Oh, Goff, dude. That whole left side, you could have just trotted and got the 2 yards. Oh, that's going to bite them in the butt. Are you planning on going to any of the games this year? Hopefully, I want to try to go to that Texans game. I'm aiming for that one, but I'm open. I'm pretty open, but I'm aiming for that one, Mr. Gemini. Definitely aiming for that one. Let's see. Oh man, Jared Goff, if you would have just scrambled to the left, that's an easy 2 yards. Nobody was there. Oh, see? They about to cook y'all now. Oh, it's coming. Oh, never mind. It's coming back. Oh, shoot. Say what? Yeah, Mr. Gemini, you saw that play, right? That 4th and 2? You saw that play? What the heck? But yeah, you saw that play. Wide open lane. He had at least 10 yards. Oh, for real? Oh, for reals? Yeah. He could have just walked and got that 2 yards, or tried it, or skipped. You could have skipped to the first down. Uh-oh, but that Lions defense is stepping it up, though. And see, one of my coworkers is a Lions fan, and she was all nervous about this game. I'm like, first game of the season, anything can happen. But this would be big. Uh-oh, C.J. Gardner-Johnson. Uh-oh, with the peanut punch. Or, okay, maybe not the peanut punch, but nice pass break up there. 3rd and 20. Oh, they better capitalize on this. Oh, that's a hold. What the heck? Oh, Gardner-Johnson again. Oh, y'all should have picked that off. Oh, he should have picked that off. Oh, man, he should have picked that off. The NFC North is wide open. Agreed. Definitely agreed. Oh, C.J. Gardner-Johnson, that was right to you, dude. Oh, you picked that off. That's potentially game right there. Oh, man. Uh-oh. If they could stop... Uh-oh. If they could stop them... Oh, get in there. Get in there. Oh, it's a flag. Uh-oh. But yes, I do agree, Mr. Gemini. NFC North is wide open. Who knows? Lions. I don't know. They might come through. Might sneak in a wild card, or if they can get one up on the Vikings, Lions might sneak into the playoffs. They can get one up on the Vikings. Shoot. Get one up on the Bears. Oh, 2 minutes. And they couldn't convert on 4th down. the Lions can just, if they could just get it in the end zone, if they could just get it in the end zone, they should have this. They should have this. But, oh man. But anyway. But yeah, I think that'll do it. I think I'm going to go here. You know what? I'm gonna stay on. I'm going to stay on until this game is over. I'm kind of curious to see how this plays out. I'm going to stay on here with y'all till this game ends. I want to see how this plays out. I want to see how this plays out. Yeah, I want to see how this plays out. But 2 minutes. 2 minutes left. I think the Lions can pull it off. I think they can pull it off. Be quite a big upset to open up this season. I just checked back on Twitter. Still nothing new on Brian Burns. Still nothing new on Brian Burns. But he is to play this Sunday, so at least there's that. At least there's that. We'll just have to see. But I'm hoping maybe by Friday, like tomorrow midday, they can get it set. They can get it set. Say what? Your monkeys died. Shoo. I was gonna eat them too. Yeah. The word is he is playing Sunday, Mr. Gemini. Yeah. That's what the word is. And we're gonna need them. We're gonna need them. Gonna need them bad. Oh man. Uh-oh. You know what? Let me take a look at the stats. Let me take a look at the stats of this game. Okay. Mahomes, 21 of 39, 226 yards, 2 touchdowns. Oh, he threw a pick tonight. Ooh, he threw a pick. Oof. Jared Goff, 22 of 35, 253 yards, and a touchdown. Only sacked once. And Patrick Mahomes sacked 0 times. We need the offensive line to play like that this Sunday. Mahomes hasn't been sacked all game today. Or tonight. He hasn't been sacked all game. That tells you something. Amon St. Brown got the touchdown. The receiving touchdown for the Lions, and David Montgomery the run. Ooh, 3rd and 2. Uh-oh. Oh, he got the first down. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, you got the first down. Uh-oh. Lions. They really need to get in the end zone. To really seal it, they just need to get in the end zone. But then again, a field goal would work. A field goal would definitely work because it's 21-20. I mean, that would put them up by 4. So yeah. Uh-oh, they're in victory formation. They're in victory formation. And there you have it, y'all. The Detroit Lions are about to upset the Kansas City Chiefs 21-20. That is why you play the game from start to finish until the final whistle blows. On any given day, the weaker team can beat the better team. Wow. That just goes to show you never know. You never know. And they just beat the Super Bowl champs. They just beat the Super Bowl champs. Will you look at that? And I'm going to end this on that note. I want to thank everybody for coming through to check out this preview. To reiterate, Carolina, Atlanta, week 1. I'm picking Carolina to win 27-24 by a field goal. Eddie Pinheiro gets his revenge. We will see what happens. I know that I got a pro wrestling event to go to Sunday evening. So I will try to see if I can fit in the recap after the game. But we'll see. We'll see. But if not, definitely when I get home from the pro wrestling event. Definitely. But, alrighty. Don't forget to check out the link to Game Beauty. And also like, comment, subscribe, follow, all of the above. And hope y'all enjoyed tonight's live stream. Thank y'all so much for coming through. And keep pounding. Let's go into Sunday. Let's get this first win. Let's get on track. Get this first division win. Let's do it. Let's go. Let's tear these dirty birds up. For another live Carolina Panthers talk brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming on Facebook and the to the Tube. I'm your host, Blitzball Champ, Jason Ingram, and I will see y'all in the next live stream and or video. Take care. God bless. Peace. Love y'all.